welcome to the PACE Center for Girls annual Believing in Girls Breakfast. I am Gail Armstrong, the Executive Director of the PACE Center for Girls in Pasco, and I am happy to have you join us today. I'm really excited to tell all of you about our program. I know some of you are familiar with the program, but I want to bring everyone up to speed on the new things that have been happening in 2020-2021. Our PACE program is for girls 11 to 17 in the Pasco County community. Our girls are often struggling with a variety of different challenges that make it difficult for them to be successful at home, at school, or in the community. We offer our program at no cost to the girls. The girls come to us just like a regular school day, but unlike regular school, PACE offers small class sizes of no more than 14 girls, individual academic goals, and weekly academic reviews and advising. This strong individual academic support is important, as last year 81% of our girls were failing and 63% of our girls had been suspended or expelled prior to coming to PACE. Most of our PACE girls also come to us having directly experienced trauma or been exposed to traumatic living conditions. Trying to cope with their past experiences has led our girls to desperate behaviors such as self-mutilation or cutting, substance abuse, and suicide attempts. 22% of our girls have also had involvement with the juvenile justice system. In order to make sure that the girls have the support they need to overcome their struggles, PACE has a dedicated social services staff that meets with the girls to set goals and make sure that they have the support they need to make positive changes. Overall, PACE is a gender-responsive, strength-based, and trauma-informed program where all staff come together to make sure girls have a safe place that they need in order to make progress, achieve goals, and find their future. Girls usually stay with us for up to 24 months. After they leave us, we provide them with transition services for at least a year, and far longer if they need us, to make sure that changes that they make are sustained and built upon. PACE works. We have statistics from last year that show that 98% of our girls improved academically while with us. 100% were employed or in school 1 year after leaving us, and 100% of our girls had no involvement or re-involvement with the juvenile justice system 1 year after leaving PACE. I am also happy to tell you that the PACE program has a REACH program in Pasco County. There we partner with Pasco County School District and have therapists in 3 different schools that make sure that the girls there who are also having to overcome struggles get their counseling, therapeutic, and family counseling needs met. This program is also provided free to the families, the girls, and the school district. Between our PACE REACH program and our PACE Day program, we serve over 150 girls in Pasco County each year. Since March of 2020, the PACE program and our girls and their families have been faced with additional challenges. For several months, our program went on an all-virtual platform. We deployed laptops and MiFis. Teachers found creative ways to use technology to engage our girls in learning. Social services staff found a confidential service that enabled them to continue to provide counseling and support services to girls and families. Throughout that time, 98% of our girls attended classes and 80% received weekly counseling, support services, or therapy. Once we were able to bring the program back to our building, we continued to deliver the same quality and quantity of services to our girls in the building and those who are still needing to be virtual. From 2020 to now, PACE has met the needs of our girls and our families. Unfortunately, this last year, while many of our costs have gone up, our fundraising dollars have gone down. It is vital to our program to have the funds to support many of our essential program components that are not covered by other dollars. Throughout the rest of this virtual breakfast, you will hear from some board members and, more importantly, our girls. I hope that you will keep our girls and our program in your heart. Our girls are our future and they need you.
Hi, I'm Cassie, and I went to PACE about 2 years ago, and I went because I was failing And when I first started at PACE, I was a little scared because, it's a whole new area and environment, and I wasn't too sure about it. But when I first, when I actually got into it, I was really happy with coming to PACE because I made a lot of friends that I still have now, and I went on a lot of cool field trips, and I learned a lot of fun stuff, and I became a better person, and I actually pushed myself to work and become a functioning member of society because of PACE, and I definitely would not be where I am today without them, because they're a great place to be.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian West. I am the Community Relations Manager for Public Supermarkets. I got involved with PACE just a few years ago in 2017. I was asked to attend the PACE breakfast, and through a weird set of circumstances arrived early and ended up making a very unique connection with one of the PACE girls. That connection turned into a relationship that continues through today. A girl that we have kind of surrounded at Publix, trying to help her get employed with Publix, get her set up so that she could graduate from PACE through their services, and go on to school. We did see some success with all of that. As you know, the girls that come through PACE face life challenges that many of us never know anything about it. They're happening right in our backyards. We have the luxury of having a roof over our head, a very stable family life, a unique set of circumstances that these girls are faced with, the challenges that they're faced with on a daily basis. So without organizations like PACE, these girls would be left with a giant question mark as to what was going to happen in their lives moving forward. So at Publix, we are very proud to support the efforts here at PACE Pasco and other PACE organizations within our footprint. But at least here with PACE Pasco, they're definitely near and dear to my heart. That said, now is the important time for each and every one of you. This is the part where we ask that each of you kind of check yourselves, see where you are today, and if this is something that is near and dear to you, something that is touching a place in your heart where you feel led to give, I can assure you that it is a great organization that will make the most of every dollar that you're able to contribute. At Publix, we like to say that we've got a crawl, walk, run relationship with every organization that we make donations to. And the idea is that we want to make donations at a level that we can sustain over time, knowing that that organization is going to be sustained over time. But it takes a village. It takes each and every one of us to jump in and dig into our pockets deep, volunteer, mentor these girls, help them get to a stable place in life. So please know that as you're watching this, you might be thinking to yourself, but why me? Do they really need my gift? Yes, they do. They need your gift so that they can survive and give their best for this community here in Pasco County. So with that, we say thank you and wish you all the best.
Hello, my name is Billy Major. I am the co-chair for Pasco County PACE, and I've been here for several years. I conveniently work across the street over at the Pasco County Public Defender's Office, and I've been there for 17 years. And many of the things that I do at work are synergistic to what we do here at PACE, which is help establish the troubled waters for these young ladies, the difficult times that they have. When you join PACE as a board member, you are looking to better a community, yes, but also the lives specifically of young ladies that Pasco County PACE serves. Like most individuals, we value our time very, very, very much. Many of us have families at home, and so how we dedicate our times and where we serve is very important and critical. And so for me, it was the same here. I've been on boards before, and I've served in Pasco County for 20 plus years. PACE has been the most significant and most fulfilling board I have ever been on in my 20 plus years. Hands down, the leadership that we have here at Pasco PACE is top in all of Florida. I'll go on record to saying that. We couldn't ask for better leadership. And it just trickles down to the board members that we currently have and have had in the past. There have been several prior to my arrival that did wonderful things for the county, for the community, and for the girls here at PACE. And hopefully we have been able to take that torch and move further along for these girls. And we encourage anyone watching today to seriously consider what we do and if it's a fit for you. There are many different gifts and roles that we have on our board, similar to a toolbox. Each instrument has a purpose, and each individual that we have on our board has a purpose and its strengths, his or hers. So we encourage you to consider, as you're watching here today, as you're learning, as you're educating yourself, perhaps you have a calling here, just as several of us have had a calling, to come and help and build what has already been established, and hopefully continue to strengthen it and further it along for these wonderful young ladies. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Katie. I came to PACE about 2 years ago. When I came to PACE, I had a really bad attitude. I was failing school and I just wasn't motivated to do anything. And then when I came to PACE, I didn't think it was gonna be fun whatsoever because I wasn't like, oh yay, girls, woo. But then I came and I realized it wasn't that bad. I made a lot of good friends and my grades started to improve. I ended up leaving with all A's and B's. And we went on a bunch of trips, which made me realize I can do different things, have different experiences. I was a lot more motivated because the teachers here, they want to help you. They want you to succeed. And that was a big part of it for me because not every school is like that. You realize when people want you to succeed, you feel like you should succeed more. And here we did a lot more things out in the community too. So it was oh, hey, I'm part of a bigger picture. It's not just me, I'm part of a whole family kind of dealio. And when I left, I'm still friends with a lot of the girls that I went to school with, which is pretty cool because you don't really do that in public school. Oh, you think you would, but you really don't. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. Oh, so now I work in retail, and I work in the money office, which is really weird because I hate math. But I learned that I'm not terrible at it. So it really helped learning and doing a lot of hands-on things at PACE. It really helped put more perspective and stuff to my future kind of deal.
So if you saw a girl going through what you were going through, mm-hmm. What would you tell them about this?
Okay, so if I saw a girl going through what I was going through, I would tell them to go to PACE and give it a chance because it really does help. It really helps you out in the long run. It shows you that you can do anything for the most part. And you're gonna make a lot more friends, you're gonna have better grades, you're gonna have more experiences altogether throughout life because they give you the skills to do so.
Never underestimate the power of having someone who believes in you.
I will fight.
Pace Center for Girls believes in the potential of young women,
I will fight for you.
so every girl can find her voice.
I always do until my heart is black and blue.
We're here, we're supporting one another.
And I will stay. I will stay with you.
People are different. When they come here, they mature and they change.
We'll make it to the other side.
Like, nobody's really judging you.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes. So don't give up on me.
Before I came to Pace, college it wasn't in my mind. I didn't plan on going, but when I came here, I was like, I can't do it, and I'm gonna go. I didn't even think I was gonna graduate high school, but now I'm gonna go to college.
You can say you want to be an astronaut, and like you're not gonna be like, no. They're gonna like try to help you.
The teachers, I'm very inspired by the teachers. It matters what you have to say. We do matter.
Now we'll hold. I'll hold on to you. No matter what this world will throw, it won't shake me loose. So don't give up on me.
Pace Center for Girls. We find the great in every girl.
Can't even look at you. I can't, don't look at me. Okay, so what was your favorite thing about going to Pace?
I liked the field trips. I loved Spirited Girls because you learn a lot of new things that you don't learn in a public school. And then we went to Disney, which was a lot of fun as a group because then you get to experience it with your friends. And that's super fun. I love the teachers here. They're so like energetic. Yeah. I can't see you. What was your favorite thing?
You're so stupid. So, my favorite thing is definitely the different field trips we were going on. Like you said, you know, Disney was a favorite of mine because I remember specifically we were looking around the entire park for churros and we got really excited when we actually found them. I was very excited. The churros was really good. Another one of my field trips was definitely when we went to Tallahassee and we went to the Capitol and we met Senator Simpson and, you know, and it was a really good time. It was just a fun time, spending time, like, what was it, 3 days up there with two of my best friends, and yeah. Also, you know, definitely, like Katie said, Spirited Girls was a favorite class of mine because, you know, you do learn things that you don't normally get to learn in public school because, you know, they don't think that that's important, but it really is. You know, I learned social skills because of it, and definitely wouldn't be able to do this without it.
Interviews.
Yeah, we did mock interviews and a bunch of other stuff, so definitely a plus for that.
Hi, I'm Mary Sirnicki. I'm one of the board members for Pace Center of the Girls. One of the reasons that I got involved with Pace was based on my childhood and my experience. Growing up in Pasco County, I actually attended Moon Lake Elementary when it first opened. I was the first graduating class of River Ridge, so I've been here a long time. Along the way, I've had some hiccups, but when I was a kid in high school, I kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. And I was always looking kind of to fit in. My grades slacked, and there wasn't a center like this for girls. And I probably needed a little assistance, but at that time, there wasn't a program like this. In 2011, my niece, at 16 years old, took her own life. She was struggling for 3 years. Her parents were both in active addiction, and it was very hard for them to care for her, let alone get her to school. Before my niece Jessica committed suicide, there was so many signs and there were so many things, and we were on a list to get her into a program like this. But it takes time, and it takes money, and it takes a willingness on a family member's or a teacher's or a guidance counselor's or a police officer to say, hey, this kid needs a shot. Jessica needed a shot. She was smart, she was funny, she actually got good grades, but her parents didn't take her to school. And at that time, the program of PACE isn't what it is today. The court system, she kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit, and she got involved with drugs as well as her parents. When she was 15 years old, she overdosed, and they were able to get her in time and place her with another family member. And then through the court system, she was able to go back to her parents. But on October 24th, 2011, she felt like she had nowhere to turn. She was on drugs, and she ended up hanging herself in the woods across from her house. And her story ended. And my personal mission as a woman in this community, as an aunt of a 9-year-old little girl now, that's never going to happen again on my watch. So it's super important as a community that we come together and that we help kids like Jessica, because she deserved a shot. And with your help and with your support, that story never has to happen again. And being a woman in this community, sometimes we don't always have a lot of doors open for us, and the girls here at the school have so many doors open for them. They're encouraged, they're challenged, and they're loved in a way that they just don't get at home right now. And most of these girls all graduate. That's a big, big deal. So please, again, if you can support us and donate, we would love for you to be, a member of the PACE community and to support these girls. Again, I'm Mary Sirnicki.
Hi, my name is Desi. I am a former PACE girl. It's been 4 years since I was at PACE. PACE really helped me through a lot. One of the main reasons I came to PACE was because I started skipping out on school because I wasn't able to help myself get to where I needed to be, and I was going through a lot of things. When I came to PACE, they helped me overcome a lot of my self-doubt, and I learned how to find myself. I learned what my self-worth was. A lot of the staff and all of the teachers were really helpful, really encouraging, and the 3 years I was at PACE, they really helped me through a lot. I started doing speaking events, and I learned how to overcome my fear of speaking in front of people. I learned all the different things about life that I didn't know about. Miss Sable was one of my favorite teachers. She really helped me understand life and what it's all about and how to get through all my struggles. And when I had things to talk about, she would stay after and let me talk about them. All of the counselors were great, Anytime any one of the students needed anything, they stepped out of their way to go and help all of us. They all took the time to really understand each and every one of us. If I had to give advice to any one of the girls at PACE, it would be to never give up on yourself, because I promise it might look really bad right now, but it all is worth it in the end. It's not gonna be as terrible as everybody makes it seem. It does get better. And with everyone at PACE, it will definitely get better, because it got better for me. I'm in such a good spot right now in my life. I know what I'm worth. I have a boyfriend who understands me and takes time for me. Everyone at PACE helped me realize that life is gonna be tough, but if you have the right support system and you know yourself and you care about yourself and you understand things in life, that you'll get through it.
Hi, my name is Melanie Waxler, and I am a board member for the PACE Center for Girls here in Pasco County. I'm also the Associate Dean of Marketing and Chief Communications Officer for Pasco Hernando State College. I joined the PACE board about 2 years ago, and I was very excited to be invited to be on the board for a number of reasons. The primary reason being because of the girls themselves. I had the opportunity to go on a tour and get to meet a few of the young ladies, and they just impressed me so much with their enthusiasm and their commitment to PACE and commitment to the work they're doing there, and their commitment to each other. And just watching them interact and seeing those smiles really encouraged my heart, and it made me think about a time, we'll say not so long ago, but it was actually quite a long time ago, when I was their age and was living a similarly challenging childhood myself. I think in our lives we all have obstacles to overcome, and obstacles that we still have to kind of live with while trying to still create a future for ourselves. So in meeting some of the young women at PACE, I did see a bit of myself in some of them, and one of the things that inspired me to really want to be more a part of the organization is seeing that gleam in their eyes, knowing that regardless of what their circumstances are, regardless of the obstacles they've been through, regardless of the obstacles they may still be facing even now, they are committed to growing themselves, to developing, to succeeding in life, and to maybe one day even giving back to the community that has already provided so much for them. And I think PACE does that in a way that so many other organizations do not do quite in the same way. There is a certain feeling from the moment you enter the building and you see the faculty and the staff working with the girls, and you see the engagement in their faces as they're learning. This is not just an educational setting. This is a setting that is developing them in a way that will help their social skills. It's going to help them emotionally cope with things that come up in life. It's going to give them a very stable foundation for building a future for themselves. And let's face it, life's hard, y'all. We all have obstacles and challenges that come up in our lives, and it is so, so wonderful to know that an organization like PACE exists to offer these young women a chance to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, to envision a future for themselves that maybe isn't so ridden with obstacles and challenges, a future that they design for themselves, a future that is their very own. And I think when I think about PACE, and so many wonderful things come to mind, but that is one of the things that sticks with me. PACE is about getting your power back as an individual. It's about empowering young women and letting them know that it doesn't matter where you came from, and it doesn't matter where you currently are. What matters is where you're going. And I think that I see in their faces that they're going places. And I think that PACE is just a wonderful organization. And I come from a background where I worked as a journalist, I worked in law enforcement as a public information officer, and now I work in academia. So I've had the opportunity to see a variety of different sides of life. And in those jobs, both from reporting and interviewing families, and then of course working in law enforcement and being a part of some experiences in people's lives that were challenging for them. And now I work with students every day and seeing them turn into who they're going to be and what are they going to be when they grow up. Well, this is where they're usually going to decide that, is on the college level. And PACE is that next step before you get there. So I am fortunate to be on the PACE board. I would like to thank my fellow board members, thank the staff and the students at PACE for all the work that you're doing every day. It is a lot of work, but it is so much reward. And most of all, I'd also like to give a special thanks to our sponsors, because without you, a lot of the things and the programs that we do at PACE would not be possible. So from me to you, thank you, and thank you to everyone else who supports PACE in our community every day.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm 18. I've been at PACE for about a year now. I'm a returning student. PACE, what brought me back to PACE was my grades. I was failing and really just wasn't looking towards graduation or even college. But now I am. I'm on the track to graduate in August, and definitely I want to spend all my years in college. It's going to be great. I like it here because of the counseling, really. They've helped me a lot with that, and my relationships with my boyfriend and my mom and myself. I have so much more confidence in myself. My favorite teacher is probably Miss Rebecca. I really love history, and she teaches it so well. She's inclusive. She teaches about all the parts of history, not just specifics, and really nice. I missed that. What I would tell a future PACE girl is to just give it a chance. I know it's very different here at first, but once you get the hang of it, they're really, really nice to you. They include everybody. They don't let anybody slip under or anything. It's very nice.
Well, we've come to the end of the program today, and we hope that you've enjoyed yourself. This has been an annual thing for us, but now we're coming off a very difficult year, like many have encountered and experienced. Many organizations, many lives have been affected by what's been transpiring, and PACE has certainly been one of those agencies that has been hit. And so we are thankful that you were able to be present with us today, and we are thankful to the camera staff and the videographers that helped us put this together. We're thankful to the staff at PACE, for the girls at PACE. We're thankful for the community that supported us. We're thankful for our sponsors that have helped make this happen. We're thankful for everyone that has impacted what we were able to do this morning. And coming to the close of this program, I can't emphasize enough, though you've heard some remarks this morning already, what your support and your financial donations are going to do for these girls at the school. Normally, they are absolutely important, and they're vital to what we do and how we are able to transform these lives and do things for them above and beyond what they could ever dream of. But again, coming off of a very difficult year and still trying to recover we need you and we need your support. And anything, any gift that you can give and have given, we are so thankful. And just know that those gifts are directly impacting these young ladies who count on us and need us. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you next year. God bless.